I was thinking about, I wasn't thinking about nothing. I was listening to the Astro, they said, I don't even know if we can listen or not. Y'all so picky about everything. They said, um, quietness though, it got a beautiful sound as well. It's probably one of the most beautiful sounds in the world. They listen to conversations about raptures, which don't bother me when I hear about it in the Astro. Honestly, y'all, I feel very neutral about it, especially seeing that I'm elevating all the time, trying to elevate with God. Because these situations is discouraging because they put people in them. I just don't know how you can put. Well, I know I got in it, so I can't even talk on that part. But if you can sacrifice yourself to hurt somebody else, I don't see how that could be possible. You know, in my case, it's different. In my case, it was agreement with me and God. But this been going on. So, and my job is to study the energy in this situation. And this was wicked beyond measure. This was evil beyond measure. The problem is that when they start these processes, they can't get me. Like, the man wanted to get me out, even the wealthy man, they couldn't do it because it's a devil deal. Period. It's a devil deal. Period. How you know it's a devil deal? Because of all the accidents, all the killings, all the murders, all the deaths, all the sicknesses, all the illnesses that followed, all the plagues. That's how you know it's a deal. So if somebody try to pull you out of a situation, that plague just gonna follow that person. That's how you know a devil deal. And everybody needs to know that, wealthy man, so they can stop. Because I figured out something. Uh, when these deals is over, whoever make the deal, let's say they do get something. Let's say they get rich, super rich, but they still be ill. They're not happy. Like the people who would get the wealth from my situation, they already ill and dangerous to themselves. Like they broken, they leaking, they all over the place. Like giving somebody a lot of money like that is worthless. You feel what I'm saying? But it happens, and it been happening, and it been going on. And I ain't even talking about my flame. I'm talking about the people who participating in putting us in this situation. The main ones hiding in the dark. Yeah, I already know all y'all siblings, parents, everybody, parents, parents, all y'all that did all this, orchestrated this. You know what I'm saying? Family members, all y'all. I want y'all to see the devil deal in it though. YouTube ain't gonna play this, and it doesn't matter because this is what need to be known. This is what need to be told, and it's so uh normally done amongst my people. Lovers is doing it to each other. Possible uh, uh, future um, possible lovers is doing it to each other. It's like lovers is looking for lovers, never meeting the lovers and doing it to each other. And then uh, it's just like my man said, Keanu. He said, he said, uh, he said, what did he say? He said, lovers that's on a message that he had. Now, he didn't say this person, I just read it on a message. It might not even be his message. But on the man, you know, sometimes they put, on mine, they put people pictures on messages and it don't even be that person. And then they put the little video thing, the voice thing, They do that so much now you don't know who nobody is. That's one thing I wish never came out because we already was stagnated when it came down to technology. Technology is already beating us. Technology is already putting us in the slave seat. You know, I dreamed this a long time ago, back in 2002 or 4, that technology, man was gonna build technology so good to the point where it's gonna. No, I dreamed it, and I was a slave, and I was talking to a white dude. We were friends, but I was a slave, and we was talking about slave. We were friends. We could talk normal to each other, and I was stressed. I was in the field, sitting in the field, resting, and the white dude we was talking, and I said, man, I was complaining about slavery. He said, it don't matter, cause we finna be slaves. I looked down, like, what you mean we finna be slaves? He said, cause we gonna build a machine that's gonna enslave us. That was like in 2002. And I could tell by the way these apps coming out and the way these uh, technical devices coming out, all these new devices, I could tell how rapid and how fast they coming out. Y'all been built a machine with its own mindset, just like the movie I, Robot. That machine real, and it's already building, and it's out of control. And that's the machine. It's probably the machine everybody complaining about, scared about. Well, you know, if you're gonna let a machine beat you, then they need to beat you. But God said it's gonna be a rapture for the hour. This God's planet, y'all. This ain't no machine planet. This ain't Satan planet. This ain't man's planet. This God's planet. And what God say goes. I know because I was in heaven and I seen Source as a female. Everything has its own uh, physical body. And I seen Source as a female woman over there, like energy. And that energy tells these robots on Earth what to do. And that energy belong to God. Like real. Everything has an energy. Everything you touch got a soul in it. Everything man touch got a soul in it. This chair got a soul in it. The earth is an organ. Everything we build got a soul. That's why when you, even if it don't matter what you do, you smoke a cigarette, you drink a soda, you need to thank God for the can. Thank the can. Thank the can. Thank you, can, for holding my soda. But anyway, let's talk about this situation that people kept doing. What happened there? It's an effect behind this mess. And that's why they probably keep it in the hoods in the street, because it's out of control. Because it's like these people, a lot of people die out. But I lived in the family with the people who probably been doing this. Or I've been around families with people who probably been doing this. And let me tell you, it's not worth it. They sleep in different beds. The lovers hate each other. And it's just, it goes deeper than that and more disgusting than that. And I ain't even gonna talk about it on social media. So it's not worth. These people go crazy. It's almost watching a person. It's almost like watching Willie Lynch become the wealthiest man in the world, knowing he's crazy as hell. It ain't gonna work. So uh, that's what's pushing up the rapture. Cause can't nobody stop. I know, cause I got lovers, new energy that was strong, and they tried to come in here and help, and they got stuck on the outskirts looking in. They shouting from the stadium. They can't do nothing. None of y'all can do nothing. Nobody can do nothing but God. Nobody can do nothing but God, because it's literally a Satan deal. That's why they shouldn't be made. And what's going on is, look at how many good, you try to sacrifice a good person when you did me. So that means you've been doing it, and you've been keeping them elevating low so you could keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And my own people are too weak. That's a weakness beyond measure to even think about doing such a thing to get $1. I know thugs and gangsters on the block wouldn't have went that low. And you thought you was hard, like one of you females out there, you did a reading a long time ago talking about my death. It didn't happen, did it? Y'all sent me to that lake. I went to that lake. And I threw the person out my car that was supposed to get me to that lake. You thought you were Billy Badass because you done been doing it for a long time. And you still thinking your peanut brain that I'm going to be with you so you can stay out of jail. Yeah, okay. Okay, you keep telling yourself that, lady. You keep on playing that little crazy. Who want to lay beside somebody sacrificing their lovers for a living? You witches like you stay by yourself in these old homes where you can tell by the grass that they do magic. You don't get a lover. You trying your best to make somebody love you. Just they scared to sleep. Don't nobody want to sleep beside nobody. I know, honey. Good. When you decide to be that type of witch or warlock, you automatically forfeit your right to even thinking about being a human being and living any kind of human life. You don't go look at all the movies and stuff. The worst case scenario, they burn them with a stick because otherwise they gotta live off in the land by themselves. Nobody wanna go to Candy Woman house because she eating kids. That's real. All them stories is real now. There's truth behind every criticism. All these stories is real. You want somebody, you gonna make somebody lay up. I know men, I don't never say your name because I really feel sorry for you because you was too young to have such power anyway. I don't know who put you in that seat. But anyway, you got men all across the world. It's like you sacrificed a man in each country. You better go sit down. I don't know who you think you is. And you came over here in my energy and thought you were good to go. I'm telling you, just like my flame, all y'all that had anything to do with it, it was a setup from hell. My father put me here because I'm y'all male jacket over there. He didn't put me here so y'all could come over here. If you would have did right by me, yeah, possibly. He didn't put me here so y'all could come over here and marry me and we just live good running in the dandelions and the roses. No, he put me here because he knew y'all were going to sacrifice me because y'all been doing it and y'all so powerful of angels, y'all was getting away with it. I was y'all interception. I'm the one that caught the football like this and said, nah, ain't no more of that, football lady. I caught the football like this. I said, ain't no more of that. Now, all y'all that little group, messiness. I'm y'all jacket. If the male and female jacket, the male and female angel, powerful angels over there are one body, guess what? I'm the one. You ain't getting over on this one. You gonna fold like that beach chair you said I was gonna fold like. So you get ready and you prepare and you strengthen yourself up, put your big girl drawers on and get ready to fold on the beach. And we're gonna be there to pick you up. Now, I know men for a fact. I saw them hollering, going crazy, stole their whole life away from them. You ought to be thankful that you ain't in jail. And the only thing that you might get is being alone for the rest of your life, honey. And go burn them books. Lord have mercy. Y'all embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all don't act like that over there. Lord knows I'm glad y'all don't act like that over there. But the beautiful thing about this situation is that even y'all selves were pillars to stop this mess. Because it was going on before our generation. And all of us, it was going on before our generation, and it's what kept our people in these turmoil states. That's why we all are angels in these situations, regardless of how bad they may be. We are warrior angels. We woke up in a situation where people would put us in a leading seat in a bad situation, and where they would typically put a black person, a black man or a black woman. If they gave you a leader seat, it would be in a dark situation. And that's why we right here. So y'all are pillars as well. Y'all were meant to lead all the way around to me, and I'm finna give it to God. Because it's done. It's over. Because this is what kept creating poverty. This is what kept creating hoods. This is what kept creating slums. It was us killing us, agreeing to these dollars. The only real format that the opposite team had, or the other nationality had, or our used to oppressors had, was to keep their foot on our neck, keep us from getting money long enough to make us realize we never had when we always had money. Long enough to make us realize we to make us feel like we didn't got no money. We need money no matter what. And that's when that selling the soul stuff got easy to our people, and we started killing each other a long time ago, way before our generation hit. And I know this a double deal because you literally it's an auction going on, and you gotta play like the rub test and stuff. I gotta do them. My twin, she'll complain about them if I think about somebody else, but she know I gotta do them. She just wants somebody to think about her with her sexy self. You better get up out my face. And anyway, anyway, but she know, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you gotta meet a weight scale when it comes down to your sex. You gotta pass all these tests. It's like you going through a spiritual justice system. I'm talking about this on the spiritual. Y'all physical being, even the twin probably don't notice that, but I do. It's like it's a spiritual court. And that's why the physical court can't jump in it. They want to. That's why I keep hearing the judge and that's what I'm saying. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You better worry about saying sorry to God. You sign off on all that crap because you were getting this mess, having mess done to you by these prostitutes, and you got a whole family at home, and you rich, and you sitting there torturing people to death because you want to do smoke a cigarette in the bathroom in high school. You better go sit down. We getting that robe off of you. You don't need no robe. Hopefully they done took it off of you, and you another one. You ought to be thankful you just lost your job. Judge my ass. Now, yeah. So to those of you that's in these boxes, when you are in the, listen to me, especially my people. If you are in the dark night of the soul, you are in spiritual court. You can't even smoke weed. You can't drink. If you drink a beer, it better be one time a week, and even that beer might get you in trouble. You can't drink, you can't smoke weed. The stadium people don't even know this, cause they are being this ain't what you could tell, and they definitely ain't gonna play this on YouTube. So I'm telling the stadium people this. You know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual court. You gotta stand up straight, because the physical court gonna kill your ass if you don't stand up straight. By law, they can, cause it's gonna get rid of all that bad energy. And it's going to be able to reset that deal, that devil deal, and people can go back to living normal lives, and they can just put that up and hope nobody go back to the crossroads again for a long time. But unfortunately, with my people, we starting to do it back to back, and that's why you don't see people in the hoods no more. That's why you don't see people in the streets no more, and you thinking they getting on buses and people taking them off and dissecting them or whatever the hell. No, it's the devil deal. People die back to back. People get sick back to back when they do that. So fast you can't even. That's why I kept saying, in 5 years, look at the damage people done to themselves. In 5 years, look at the beautiful people that turn rough looking. In 5 years, look at the deaths. I kept saying it because just in 2018, 2017, y'all were begging somebody to die. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all were praying for people to die because there was so much evil going on. And now that the deaths coming back to back, you ain't even responding. You ain't even reacting. Wake up already. This is the devil that you got to, all right, now listen, this is how you pass this test. You have to know you're going to hear these messages saying they don't want you to know. They don't care if you know this or not. That's that machine. It ain't even white and black no more. That's that damn machine that they let enslave them. So they want to be free too, trust me. They scared to death they damn self. They done woke some shit up a long time ago. That's why they quit cranking siren like it was a lawnmower in their backyard. Like one of them damn snapper lawnmowers. They kept sit down somewhere playing God already. It was a waste of money, bro. I'm telling you, my father got 2 of them over there, and he, bam, bam, he slamming together like an assault rifle. Bam, two siren machines. Bam, and he using them over there in this game room he got. Sit down somewhere. Y'all embarrassing yourself, taking all that money from these people. I'd rather see you build rocket ships and think you finna leave out a guy's eye and go to another guy's eye. Hell wrong with y'all, bro. All the stuff y'all could be doing. Like your purpose. It's like y'all got all this money. It don't cost nothing to do your purpose, whatever God built you for. What you need all the money for? If you want to build a rocket ship to leave out of Earth, obviously you don't like it no more. So if you want to get out of the Earth situation, the matrix of the Earth, then you need to do what God put you here to do. Do what God built you for. It's amazing how you can bust your tail, ruin your vessel to the core, drive yourself crazy, getting all this money, trying to prove to yourself you finna do something amazing so you can get out of here and tell people that you left this matrix. That's just one matrix to another matrix. Except in this next matrix you go to, you ain't gonna have to worry about human no more, because it's gonna be aliens and Martians and animals over there that's gonna have fun eating your ass. Because you keep acting like you know. So stop embarrassing yourself. It ain't nothing no worse. I say this all the time to people around here. It ain't nothing no worse than a wealthy man embarrassing themselves. Now, so in this deal, let me get my people out of here. Because that's the people that y'all keep watching kill, sacrifice themselves might be the ones that can help you get out of this hell y'all gonna put everybody in that you secretly telling them. I ain't scared of your machine. Tell your machine come get some. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta stand straight up. Cause see, I just told you source belong to God. That source that source energy gonna change. And it's gonna tell that machine to sit down. Just like that. It's that easy. You ain't gotta spend one dime. But the problem is it's hard to you because you gotta quit smoking weed. You gotta quit doing any drug products. And you probably gonna have to leave your partner if you ain't married to him. Because if y'all know y'all ain't together and 100% just with one another, and just because when you just with one another, you pretty much, and if you've been together for a long time, you pretty much sharing the same DNA. But if you've been cheating or secretly cheating, you are bringing in a third party DNA. And that's where the problem come in at. And that's why that machine's still gonna keep trying to kill you. It ain't humans at this point, trust me. They done enslaved themselves because I think my dream was accurate. Because I don't have dreams. Proclamation and confirmation here. But you gotta, anyway, let me show you how to do this test. You're gonna have to do this test. You're gonna have to be alone. Can't nobody give you no money. And even though if everybody robbed you and got money, they'll probably be able to come around you and eat. They'll be able to come around you and show you what you bought for them, share with you. They can't give you no money. That's another way you know it's a devil deal. They can't help you. You know what I'm saying? Another way you know it's a devil deal, you in the dark night of soul and you in spiritual court for what? Somebody sacrificed you. Somebody killed you, you're supposed to die. You can't die until the spiritual court say you could die. So they gotta keep you vibrating low so they can kill you and make sure you die accurately, like you're supposed to die. This is facts, whether they want y'all to hear it or not. Hopefully the stadium folks will quit working for the other side and try to slip this stuff in their pocket and write it on the side, and they'll say, here, sneak it to the people outside, because y'all need to know this, because otherwise we're going to keep being stuck inside. Ain't no way out of this. Think about it, the people who getting the money for this, you can't even be happy. I told a dude a while back, a long time ago, he was busting his tail to get an expensive car. He had a very expensive car. He was busting his tail to get an expensive car. And I said, what you gonna get it for? Who you gonna ride? Back when I was fixing up cars and stuff, and making cars. Everybody was outside looking good. You ride down the road, you see all the sexy women looking at your car, and she looking at you, you looking at her, and you know that's good. But now, ain't nobody gonna see you in these cars. And then when you go in the store, no matter what store you go in, they're not gonna pay attention to you until they see you get in your car. So first and foremost, that's the perfect program to show you right there, what do you even want with that woman for when she only wanted your car. I used to tell them on the block, I used to be disrespectful, of course, and I used to tell these women, they used to come up to me, because on our block, we all park our nice cars over there across the street. So when you come out the club, you see everybody's nicest car. And the girl would come up to me and say something to me, and I'd be in my feelings. Y'all know, I got the guy voice going on even back then. And she'd say, hey, baby, what's up, baby? I said, if I had such and such on my car, you would F my car. You know what I'm saying? So, on my wheels, I said, you don't got nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing to do with you. You keep moving. And she'll just go to the next car, because it's just a program. It ain't even a whore or nothing like that. It's just a program. That's it. A program to lead you down the wrong way so you can catch a virus and start glitching. That's it. That's all it is. And but anyway, this right here is killing people by the multitude. You know, once somebody do it, one person do it, it's automatic gonna probably take out, let's say out of 100%, it's gonna take out 4% of them. That's a lot. I mean, it's gonna take out probably 15% of them. At least 10 to 15% of them. That's a lot out of 100% one time of doing it, because it's something like that's gonna keep coming back around, because people gonna feel like that's the only way they could live. That's how it went from slavery to now. This is what I'm studying. This is what God got me here for. This is what God got me here to explain. So for those of you who keep saying talk too much, you the one that's part of this stuff that's keep going around. So I don't care what you think about me. I ain't there to please you anyway. You one of them boxes that we don't no longer want around now. But anyway, so now the hardest part of this test is that you probably gonna get tortured during this test. Or that might just be for me, because I might not I'm supposed to stay around, 'cause I work for God in here. You know, it's probably something to keep me around, because I work for God, and it's like a spiritual way of staying. I work here. Let's just say I work here. That's what I say. I like to tell folks, I work at Purgatory, secretary in Purgatory, or the boss. You know what I'm saying? So it just might be something just to keep me here or whatever. But that's what I wrote it off as. So I can't for sure say that somebody's gonna contaminate your hygiene stuff and you poison your food. I can't really say all that. But I know that bathroom test is legit. You gotta do it. You gotta like weigh up. You gotta keep your weight up. So when you get out, you won't be, cause they gonna do some stuff, bro, to make you, cause it's belittle. The whole purpose of that whole process was to belittle you, damage you, and make sure that even if you got out of that situation, you won't even have nobody with you. So they damage you to the core. They manipulate stuff. They minimize stuff. And sometimes they actually magically start doing stuff to take stuff literally from your body and make your body go through all kind of adjustments. But that ain't in my case though. My case, I'm just a special type of person. I'm just built different. And you gotta do these tests and you gotta get your weight up. So what they do is they gonna fix your name. They fixing your name as you trying to come out of the dark night of the soul. Cause somebody did exactly what I said a long time ago, like a pillow with feathers in it. They took a pillow with feathers in it, and and imagine a pillow with feathers in it, and these feathers is everything wrong somebody can do to you. They belittle your name, they damage your name, they gang stalk you, they say the worst stuff about you, They just tear you apart and don't even know you. In my case, a lot of these people never met me. Didn't even know me. They was introduced to me through gossip and never met me. My ex-wife had some. My ex-wife made a huge mistake, you know, and it led down a road of just, oh my God, you know. It wasn't just her, it was a few women. You know, you can't blame one person. But they was young, going after what they thought they wanted. Young, don't ever do that, you know. That happens though, you know. Young folks, they were young. They were young, y'all. They thought they knew what they were wanting, but they realized doing something this terrible. You know, the good thing about doing something this bad, you realize love ain't what you thought it was. Sometimes love could be in front of you and you never thought it was. And you never miss something good until it's gone. It's one of the moments. I had some. You normally go through them when you're young. That's why 50 years old is the reason. People, when I say 50 years old, people be like, he's saying it just to women. I'm saying that to men and women. 50 years old, we all learn not to play these games. Because through these games, we losing loved ones. I know for a fact at least 4 to 8 women that wanted to come to me, that should have came to me. I know they love the hell out of me now and wish they would have came to me for a fact. They was out there talking shit, running their mouth, you know what I'm saying, about everything, making t-shirts, going on, everything. They would tear me apart. And them same women right now love the hell out of me and wish they never took a part in this. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. So that's what's going on. I was just listening to the actual. They was like, we finna bring the raps. And you know, uh, for me, it's like these like it get deeper than that, but I'm not gonna say that. It get deeper than that. Like when they say do the devil deal, it's like anybody that's a part of it and certain people that's in the family that probably wasn't a part of it gonna get affected dramatically, and you're gonna see them move in such a way that you're gonna realize something ain't right about their souls. Some people's souls don't go to hell. Some people's souls go to heaven when they do these things. They soul eject and go straight to heaven. But it be legions of people that take over these people. So that's a little deeper. I'm not gonna go into all that. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there because then I gotta say anime and all this stuff. I ain't finna get ready to say all that. But this it's real to me. I'm living it. I'm seeing it with my own eyes, watching it play out to the point where I can bring the spiritual to the physical, and you can watch it play out in your own lives. So anyway, so that test, if you want to get out of here, what the dark night of the soul is doing when they find out that you are innocent. To find out that you are innocent, you got to do no drugs. And if you got a lover, like I said, just go on ahead and tell them, well, I'm gonna go to the dark night of the soul. That's what I told mine. You can go have the new love, the new angel. Just live your life for now till I get up out of here, because you gotta be solid to walk in this thing. You gotta be solid, bro. And when it comes down to people being solid, sound-minded, a lot of us ain't like that, even though we claim to got the image of that. It's harder to do that. It's harder said than done. I mean, it's easier said than done. A lot of people can't stand up straight. You gotta sacrifice a lot, especially money, especially love. You gotta sacrifice a lot in the right way. I know going over there killing folks, going to the crossroad. Only somebody weak would do that. I live on one. I live on one with a little guitar man did his stuff. We got one of them crossroads here, right here, right here on the thing. Y'all be driving up and down the road. It used to be dirt. All this used to be dirt. Y'all riding over people where people done bury stuff all the time, right there, just in that little area. I ain't never even thought about it. I ain't never even thought about it. Cause that's avoiding trials and tribulation. You avoid getting strong. You avoid when you take that route. You avoiding becoming a man. You avoiding becoming a real woman. You just want the image of I'm a woman, I'm a man. You want to run your mouth. That's why ain't none of y'all pulled up out here like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even talking about just on fighting. I'm talking about as being a straight up person saying I did it and I'm sorry. You can't now at this point though. Cause that we know it's a devil there. You step in his energy, it's over. And you know, the movie and stuff might say things different, but this movie gonna go on till this is over with. I guarantee you. I guarantee you this movie gonna go on. Cause somebody that own, let's say, I'm gonna go beyond the movie. Let's say whoever y'all working for telling y'all this stuff that own the movie. That person know that the energy is destructive. That person know that anybody who walk into that energy can tend to affect anybody else that ain't even in that energy when they come out of that energy. So the best way, thank you, Casper. So the best way for them to hide it is to say it's a movie. This stuff is real, and it need to be out so people would stop selling their souls. And you might as well stop, cause my people done ran out of people to sell souls. We ain't got nobody else to sell souls. Then you finna go over there to the one that oppressed you and taught you how to sell your soul, and they ain't hearing it. So it's already at this stopping point. It can't be done no more. It's over. Cause when y'all came around to me, I worked. I wasn't nothing to even sacrifice. I worked. I was an overworked, underpaid person. I wasn't nothing to sacrifice. So for y'all to work an honest working man, y'all should have known it was over. He got this, honey. You wanna sacrifice somebody for good credit? Man, y'all losers, bro. Completely utter loser. And all y'all would do was having sex with each other and get contaminated. I saw y'all, bro. I watched y'all. I watched all y'all. And then I know, because one girl, I told one girl, I couldn't tell the rest of y'all, but the first girl who did, she worked around me. And I told her, I said, you slept with that nasty dude, and can't nobody lie to me. And what you don't even remember what came out your mouth when I asked. I told her that, y'all. Because she was the only one that I could face. Everybody else hid or couldn't come in my face after they did such a thing. But this girl was working at a store nearby. And I told her, you going to sleep with that nasty boy. After I done came in here, and then you went back there in the bathroom and slept with him on your work job while you were working here. I told her all this. She didn't know. I knew. Because me and that dude, we cousins, we walked in there to buy something together. She walked in the back room and slept with that boy. She said, ain't nobody going to turn down that, honey. And that you went down. You went from being a manager of many stores to barely able to even walk in a store to look decent enough for them to even give you a job. And then you got stuck with them dope boys who basically pimped you out. You went down in less than a year. In less than a year after sleeping with that demon. In less than a year. I almost took you out of here, Shawty. And you know who I'm talking about. They had y'all laying up in them rooms. There was a line of dudes just going in that one room, disgustingness. That's why I'm saying, y'all talking, I ain't talking to me. You want to do something about it, you ain't going to do nothing about it. I'm going to keep talking because my job is to bring this to fruition, to show this to your face so you can finally wake up and stop taking the easy road and start being a real woman and a real man and learning how to go through these trials and tribulations so you can finally grow. Just like that. Ain't nobody playing with y'all children out there. Grown or not, you still acting like a bunch of kids. You see the earth on the line, don't care. But anyway, you gotta pass the test. You gotta stand. These is all tests. And when you do all this, they ain't gonna be able to kill you, but you're gonna lose everything. You're gonna lose your love. You're gonna lose your clothes. You're gonna lose your money, cars, and all that. And they're gonna put you in this thing. They're gonna say it's a movie. It ain't no damn movie. It's a devil deal. It's gonna take 5 to 7 to 10 years to get out of. It's very rare that Satan will give somebody a 10-year deal, but it's possible that it could take 10 years. Facts. How do I know all this? Because my dad, my father, died. You gotta know it, bro. Facts. So, you're going to have to go in there and you're going to have to do that test. And hopefully, like I said, they won't contaminate them or nothing like that. But you're going to have to do that test and it's going to weigh up. And that right there going to fit. Because they done already tore your name apart out there. You ain't got nowhere to go. You ain't going to get no love. It's going to be like you in a box within a box, within a box, within a box. They tore your name up so bad, ain't nobody going to want you. So in order for you to fix all that, in order for the dark night of the soul, the spiritual courts to fix all that, You gotta do all that. Then that's gonna be like a weight test in the spiritual side. And after you meet its weight, I don't even know if it's legit on the spiritual side. It could be some religious thing. But either way it go, somehow that's gonna fit your name and you can live a normal life when you get out of here. So if you're in these situations, God forbid it, good luck.